Maybe we can start with our breath today, making it really slow and deep, and imagining how the oxygen is coming not just into our lungs, but into our whole being, through our cells. Feel what that's like. Feel how it energizes. And feeling how the deeper we breathe, the more we fill up with that energy. And then it seems like we don't need so much.
Camille, could you speak up a little bit?
Yeah, sure. I'll put it, hang on, I'll put it on. I'll just check my settings actually, because they might be. How do I do that? On here, audio. Is that better? Yeah, I put it right up. It might be too loud now, but okay. So, feeling how there's a rhythm with breathing that relates to our state of mind, almost like instead of oxygen, we're breathing peace. And that peace is being drawn in and expanding and diffusing and infusing right through every part of us, every part of our being. So it's almost like skipping through the layers, because we're starting on that physical level with the breath and oxygen and our metabolism in our lungs and cells. And then we're just almost platting or melting or integrating that into our energy. As if the buoyancy from the oxygen becomes our energy and raises and lifts our energy. And then settles back down into peace on the spiritual level, and circles back down through our mind, relaxing our body. So it's a circle. And every time it's expanding a little bit more. So more of a spiral, really. Spiraling out, larger and deeper and higher. And our mind feels lighter. Our spirit feels more joyful. And our body gets calmer, maybe heavier, softer, sinking in. So we can be aware of how each part, how each level dances and shares and helps the other. So they're not separate from each other, they work together. And feeling how the peace in our mind just creates space. There's no need to think of anything or remember anything. We can rest and release. Start to release any tension, any worries, any fear. Just feel how we can just let it settle down, let it fall away from us. Until there's only that sense of peace. And the peace is like a buffer, like a cushion or a pillow that we can relax into and feel comfortable. And let that comfort start to trickle into our body, softening, softening into the muscles, into the bones, softening into our heart, becoming aware of our heart, our physical heart beating. Feeling grateful, grateful that it carries on, that it's strong, that it supports us. Feeling how that gratitude helps it to relax, soften, and begin to expand. Becoming aware of the joy in our heart. It's always there, the joyful energy that sometimes might be trapped in there. And seeing, feeling how when we see it, when we acknowledge it, it starts to expand and starts to fill our whole body and our whole being. And we realize that there's no limit, that our heart is a source of joy, a source of love and kindness. And feeling how that kindness just keeps expanding and strengthening and pumping out in these waves of giving, givingness. Becoming aware of how that's our nature, that giving, that we want to give, that we don't really know anything else. That's our purpose. And allowing it out, allowing those waves of love to flow outward is the most natural thing. Because when it flows, more can arrive, like a spring, just keeps bubbling up and expanding out. And the more we give, the more we put it into practice, the more space there is for more. So we're really taking joy in that flow, in that cycle, that eternal expansion. And feel it going out into what we do every day, into what we think, what we say, how we are, feeling it transforming everything we've done in the past and everything in the future. And feeling how it transcends time, just knowing that, and feeling how it connects with others. And when it joins with others, it expands even more into this vast lattice of light and love and kindness, rippling out, rippling in all directions, across all barriers, through all the dimensions, and that we don't need to do anything. It flows all on its own. We're just letting it flow and listening and appreciating and enjoying it. And letting ideas come into our mind from that flow. And letting that part of our mind that figures things out and controls things just be quiet, because it's not in action. The flow is filling our mind. And the flow feels like breathing. It's so deeply who we are that we can't not do it. And feeling how it eases out anything that could be seen as a problem, could be felt as a problem. Turning problems into solutions, bringing light to the darkness, bringing forgiveness, and taking us into that solidarity for each other. Let's just gradually open our eyes, come back to each other, keep our heart open. Feel free to share. Wes, do you want me to?
That was so peaceful.
It was, wasn't it?
Mm.
Yeah.
I love the idea of peace as a tool.
Peace as.
A pillow. A pillow.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
I think I felt a little bit of bliss in there.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It felt like it was really going through everything this time, like body, physical,
Yes.
mind, spirit.
It's
Hmm.
beautiful to me.
Yeah, very beautiful. Thank you.
I think it comes from all of us. Um, well, it's our connection, I think, together that
Yes.
brings it.
But your words kind of really put it into words, so to speak.
Yeah. I think that just comes like from yeah, it's just like a sort of little mouthpiece.
Yeah, I like your pictures.
Yeah. I was thinking of translating for Riley, but I don't know if that counts.
Is Riley sitting on your lap?
No, she's not actually. She's out there with Justin. I did a podcast because I don't usually shut that door, and I did a podcast yesterday, and Izzy came and thumped against the door like an elephant a couple of times, like "Let us in." So funny.
How did your podcast go?
It was good, yeah. It was good. It was nice. Really nice girl who does oh, she doesn't do it anymore. Everybody seems to kind of be backing off from the whole actually doing things with horses. But yeah, it was nice. We've actually got some time today. We've got 8 minutes to talk.
Really?
7.
You stopped too soon. We were all too peaceful.
No, it felt good. Well, it still does, actually.
Mm.
Yeah. Don't really need to say anything, do we?
No.
That's a good sign, probably.
It's funny that when you've got time.
Yeah, I know there's nothing to say. Yeah. Was anybody aware of like the kind of collapsing of time, like going beyond time in that bit?
Well, it seemed to me very short.
Yeah, just that bit when it was like about focusing on the past and then the future. And then it just felt like it sort of folded in on each other. And then there wasn't really time.
Yeah, I certainly know that awareness. I'm not sure if I felt it then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a funny feeling.
Yeah.
It is, it seems to be true that every time that you just stop and, just stop thinking and just start listening, that this joy comes up. It's just there.
Mm.
It's just natural, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think the more you clear all the clutter out.
Yeah.
It's funny, I was thinking about that while I sort of had that awareness of time. Yes, I think it was yesterday when I was reading that bit in the course where it says that your body doesn't ever it doesn't ever exist in any one instant.
Mm.
It only exists in the past and the future. And I always used to feel so foreign, that idea before, but now it just seems so makes sense on a much deeper level.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, that's a sort of thing that you just have to kind of be almost.
When you're really like fully in that, or even to the extent that, you know, one can be at whatever stage one's at, that moment of like nowness, then you just don't feel your body anymore.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you're aware of it anyway.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. I kind of had another sort of realization of that the other day, like the way that the physical world doesn't really exist, but it's so hard to put into words. It's like it was just a different kind of perspective, just a different angle of it, a different facet of that. It's kind of like it's a sort of repeating thing, like, but
Yeah.
it's like, yes, I can't even really think of it now, but
Yeah.
yeah. But you can see why it doesn't really make it a lot of sense if it doesn't make sense. Because it's like, yeah, all of our senses are for the physical, so, or
Yeah.
most of them. Yeah. I suppose just having those little moments of like clarity or just, it's almost like it sort of pins you back in. You keep having to reset and,
Yeah.
yeah, connect back into the truth. And
Yeah. I think it just gets more and more stable.
yeah, just the kind of beingness becomes
Mhm.
stronger. That feels really strong when we connect.
Yeah.
Have you still got your kitty, Anne?
I've got a new kid. You know, little kitty died, right?
I think so. I think so.
And then at my daughter's house, I had Kit Kat.
Right.
Yeah, I had Kit Kat. And at this house, I've got Goldie.
Oh.
Goldie, Labrador. What is Goldie? Anyway, she's a big gold dog
Oh,
that I'm trying to
gorgeous.
learn. I'm trying to learn her now.
Yeah.
It's the first time I've had a dog, you know,
Yeah, to connect with.
to connect with. So it's really fun. She's
Oh,
a real sweetheart.
that's so cool. Yeah.
You might have heard Molly snoring in the background in the
Oh,
I didn't hear her. Oh, it's because you were muted, so we didn't get to
Oh,
hear her. That's sad.
you wouldn't get on the recording.
She likes the
oh.
meditations, doesn't she? We're going to be cut off in a second, but she loves it, doesn't she?
Yeah.
She's so beautiful. She's probably holding us all together, I think. She's great.
Something together. You know.
She's such, she's
Know
such
what it is.
a spirit. She's a lovely girl.
It's